Hey everybody, this is James Pelton. You're getting quite a bit of me today. So I just got back from my trip, so a lot of my stuff kind of got pushed to today. But this one of my favorite teams in crypto, Ace Miners. Want to just get an update from them on some things that they have going on, kind of see how the project's going. Looks like we got a lot of people in the audience, and sorry about the change in times for those of you who were some of it, it was at 2 and then 3, and I miscommunication on my end. So, but we're here. That's all that's important, right? So, we'll skip introductions. We don't need that. You guys, they know you just better than they know me, probably. But how about you go ahead? Maybe we'll start with Zara. Kind of talk with us a little bit about how the project's going, what's new, and just take it away a little bit for us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, James, once again for having us. You are one of our favorite hosts. As you know, you're at the top of my list.
If
So
not the favorite.
Yes,
exactly, I didn't want to say that, but you know what I mean.
yeah, one of the favorites. That way you
Yeah.
can't hurt feelings. I get you.
We've been, as you know, we sold out the first phase and second phase of the Ace Miners NFT. We've been mining Litecoin, Dogecoin, Kadena, CKB. Nervos was the latest one that we added. And then as of recently, we actually released AntMinerZ NFT, which correlates to the latest generation miners. So we're fractionalizing those as well. We had a lot of clients that approached us from Ace Miners Pro, as well as our own community through Ace Miners NFT, that inquired about KASPA. And so we looked into it and we thought, hey, this is a great concept. Obviously, we want to reduce their risk and the entry point as well. So we wanted to fractionalize that to give them a chance to, not spend 30 to 50,000, depending on which KASPA miner you're wanting to invest in. This is the best way to fractionalize it to reduce that risk as well as the price per entry.
Okay, very good. So how do you guys feel like things are going? Are you guys happy with what's been the biggest hiccups or hurdles that you guys have seen so far?
I mean, thankfully, we didn't have any hiccups. I mean, the whole point of building in a bear market is to stay afloat, stay profitable, keep racking those mining rewards, and then set up for the bull market so that you can take off then. And we've been very profitable. We sent our first payout since we're the first project that actually pays out in native. So our Ace Miners NFTs holders are getting native coins in three different coins. They're getting Litecoin, they're getting Kadena and CKB, and we're doing native coins for the KASPA mining project as well. So everything's in native. The NFTs are on ETH. We have a dashboard, so you go in, claim the rewards from the dashboard, and then and then you got to input, of course, your wallet address of the native coins that you're getting.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's a very authentic experience, as AJ mentioned. So it's like having your own miner because you're receiving those native coins. So we're not converting into anything. We're keeping it real simple, really seamless. And the dashboard has been very successful. So, payouts went out very quickly. So we've chosen some really good coins to mine. And the L7 has been very profitable. It's actually been the most profitable miner during this bear market. So it's overperformed everything else out there. So we're glad that the majority of our miners are the L7s, Litecoin and Dogecoin miners.
Okay, very good. And then you guys have started paying out, which is actually fairly unique from a lot of the other mining projects that I'm a part of. There's still a lot of them are, hey, we're going to compound for a year or whatever. And so Ace Miners is one of the first that has actually been paying out. Keith is wanting to know, can you share how much the first payout was approximately?
So at the time of payout, for Ace Miners NFT was about $17. Most of it was in Litecoin, and some of it was also in Kadena and CKB. So yeah, the payouts will be monthly, depending on the hash rate, because each NFT has a dedicated hash rate. So depending on the hash rate, then you're gonna get that hash rate gets converted into mining rewards. So yeah, $17. I'm looking at it was the first payout.
Okay, very, very cool. So kind of the big thing right now is these new AntMinerZ NFTs, correct? That's kind of the big thing. So do you want to talk more about, well, first, do you want to explain a little bit about KASPA? What is KASPA?
Absolutely. Do you want to talk about it, AJ? And he's
Sure. I mean, Caspa was built on the blueprint of Bitcoin. It's supposed to be the bigger, faster, better Bitcoin. It's currently a layer one. They're working on integrating smart contracts. It is the fastest proof of work coin. It's literally in seconds transaction speed. Also, it is very scalable. And it actually overperformed Bitcoin this bear market. It actually hit its all-time high like 3 months ago. So we're still very early. It's not listed in any exchanges. So the price is going to keep going up once that happens.
Absolutely. And it's one of those coins that the more you get into it and you research it, the more bullish you become. And that's actually what happened to me. And you want to get in early because there aren't a lot of exchanges that have KASPA. So really timing is everything, as you know, James, with crypto. So getting in right now where you can only find it on KuCoin and just a handful of other exchanges, not the main ones, it's really a good entry point. I personally hold KASPA. I'm very bullish on it. And when I send out a transaction, when I send someone KASPA, I get the confirmation before, I even get the other confirmation that it went through. So it's very fast. It's the fastest I've ever experienced. So I'm very bullish on that. And the scalability portion of it is important as well. And so it's basically the better Bitcoin. It's going to enhance that ecosystem. So I think, there's a lot of potential for KASPA.
Okay, very cool. And then, so this new NFT, if people want to mint this new NFT, let me just bring up your website. It says sold out, but this is the right link,
No,
right?
that's Ace Miners. If you go to mine.antminerz NFT, I think there are about 18 NFTs left for this batch.
And it's Minerz with a Z.
Yep, that's
T
correct.
.co?
.io.
IO. Okay.
Yep.
Mine. Ant.
Minerz NFT. Yep.
Minerz NFT. Okay.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. There's the link. Let me post that into the comments for you guys.
So this is our third batch because one KS3 makes up 50 NFTs. So that's how we're fractionalizing the KS3. We first initially only released one batch. We didn't think that it was going to be as big of a hit as it is with our community, and that sold out within minutes. And then released the second batch last week for our whitelist as well, and that sold out within a few hours without even heading to the public. So this is the third batch. We don't know if we're going to have more batches because it all depends on the stock of the KS3. They're currently available. I know that the stock is running low for our affiliate company. So they're running low, but as long as the demand is there and we have access to that first batch, we're planning to release them. But once that dies down or we don't have access to that first batch, then that's going to be it.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And as you know, James, we are a shareholder through our sister company. And so we're able to secure that first batch. And really, timing is everything. So we want to be the first ones to mine KASPA. We were actually the first ones to mine Kadena back when the KA3s were released. So we want to kind of keep that up as well. And each NFT grants you access to 150 gigahash of KASPA mining power, and they consume 64 watts.
8 cents a kilowatts hour. So if you head to minerstat.com, KASPA calculator on Google, you'll be able to input those numbers and see the actual live rewards, how much that would make right now. Right now, I think it was $31 per NFT a day.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much.
Okay.
But we do know that the difficulty is going to keep going up. However, today I've been watching the difficulty very closely, and I know that Bitmain recently turned on their KS3 that they're testing, and that makes up for about 52% of the hash rates. So we know that they're getting ready to send them out soon. We just don't know when. But we'll be the first to get them because the pre-order is for the first batch.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my eyes did perk up a little bit because I was on. I use ASIC miner values, and they have the KS3 at this right now. Which is that incorrect or that's correct for now?
That's how much
but
it's
gonna
making.
change?
Yeah, it is correct. That's how much it's making right now. Yesterday it was about 2,200 a day, but like I said, Bitmain just dropped their KS3 on the network. So yes, that's how much. If you had a KS3 today, that's how much you would be making.
But obviously, those numbers will go down once, miners come online because the difficulty will increase. But because of the price of the coin and the potential of the coin, it's still going to be massive. So really, it's a hidden gem. I'm very big on Kadena as well. But once I got into KASPA and did my research, I really found that there are certain aspects that you find within KASPA that you may not necessarily find within Kadena. And there's a lot of support with the community. There's a lot of marketing behind it as well. And so they're really pushing it out there. So I think once it hits Coinbase, right, and some of the other exchanges, that price is really going to pump. So we want to be there early to catch that, and we want to reduce the risk. So really, it all comes down to not having one individual pay 30 to 50,000 for a KS2 or a KS3. You know, so being able to reduce that price, that entry point, changes everything for us. So, you know, I think back to your situation, James. Back then, you know, during a bull market when you purchased that. I think it was a KD6.
Oh, why do we always have to talk about this? Oh, the pain. Bring the pain back up.
But imagine if you had, you know, the fractionalized concept back then, right? So maybe you had picked up just a handful. And so really it's the same concept here. We're reducing the risk, but this is a high risk, high reward. So you want to be there for those rewards. You want to be there to catch that pump. So really, you know, that's the concept behind it. And AntMinerZ is not just, you know, a KASPA project. It's really, you know, it aligns with the release of the next gen miners. So we're going to correlate the timing and just launch it at the perfect time. So that changes everything.
Okay. Yep. No, absolutely. I love that. I love the fractionalized because it reduces risk. Again, I would not recommend anyone out there go spend 40K of their own money on one of these KS3s. I mean, if you want to, you know, contact Zara and AJ and they can probably hook you up. But it's just, you know, there's just, you have to watch the markets and you have to really know what you're doing. And I don't know, how do these function, you know, noise wise and heat wise compared to like the Kadena miners?
That's a great question, James. So these are also very, very loud. They produce a lot of heat. So this is not something that you can just have running in a bedroom. I mean, you can if you have a spare room or a basement, but we don't recommend it. Also, residential power is very high, so you don't want to be paying 12 cents or higher. You know, with industrial rates that we have access to, you're getting 8 cents per kilowatt hour. We're also very much involved in the energy sector. So we're actually working on a natural gas site. We've got a couple of other partners that we're affiliated with that are doing that as well, that will grant us access to lower power in the future. You know, so we're very much involved in the energy side of things as well, not just, you know, mining. So.
Okay, very good. We got a few questions from the audience here. Did they announce a payout structure?
Yeah, so the payouts will be, so once the KS3 goes online, the payouts will start 30 days after. And it'll be a monthly payout directly on our dashboard. We're going to have a dashboard just like the one we have for Ace Miners, where you'll be able to verify your wallets, your KASPA wallets, and then claim the rewards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And it's
very
a
good.
very easy process. So you don't necessarily have to have experience with, you know, in crypto. You know, it's a very easy process. You put in your wallet address, claim those rewards, and then you receive them within seconds.
Okay, great. And then Keith would like to know, how are you dealing with the drop in cost of Kadena miners? How do you feel? How is that going on that side of things?
So we are actually very grateful that we kept our numbers down, and we kept in mind the difficulty when we calculated how many Kadena miners we wanted to add in. The only reason we did that was because our community is very bullish on Kadena, but our price for entry was very low compared to a lot of the other projects. So we got them at a great discount for our community. So, you know, obviously we're very grateful that it's only a small amount. We only have, what is it, AJ?
We have about 17 K3s, but we are very bullish on Kadena in the long run. I mean, right now it's a deep bear market, especially for altcoins like Kadena. But once they start marketing the coin a little bit better, once the team does that, and actually people know what Kadena can do, it's an awesome blockchain with all the different chains that they have integrated into Kadena. So yeah, we're very bullish on Kadena in long term. So yeah, these miners are not going away anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I actually had the pleasure of having the Kadena team on the channel for an AMA.
I saw that. Yep.
But yeah, they've been really focusing. They haven't been focusing on marketing. They've been focusing on complying with government regulation and just making sure the technology works great. And they're like, hey, marketing will eventually kind of take care of itself. And you know, me with my miners, I'm like, well, how about now? Let's make this happen now. But eventually, so yeah, and we're all waiting for that bull run, which you know, who knows? Some people think we're at the kind of beginnings of it now. I don't even speculate anymore because I've been wrong so many times. I just take it one day at a time. So
That's how it, yep. Absolutely.
Dieter says, guess we need to see in the bull market now. I'm pretty into KASPA right now. I bought 2 AntMinerZ NFTs. Great. That's awesome.
Thank you, Dieter. He's a great supporter. We appreciate all your support, by the way. He's awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. Third quarter release. Do you guys kind of know when this is going to get kind of spun up and going?
So the machines are, Bitmain has an expected ship date for the first batch of end of August, early September. And like I said earlier, they're testing them now, so hopefully that's still on track. But we will definitely be one of the first to receive the KS3s.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then of course, this is always popular. Price prediction for KASPA.
Oh gosh, that's a tough one. I mean, all I want to say is there's massive potential. So really, when you look at the number, I mean, it's 0.03 right now. So the all-time high, I can't even imagine.
0.4, yeah. So and like you can see in your chart, James, it just hit the all-time high a couple months ago, and then almost hit it. I think was it a couple days ago. So it's still pumping overall. It's still very early. It's not listed anywhere. So yeah, it can easily 10x. Once it get listed in marketplace in
even
exchange.
more. Yeah, I'm faithful. It can go even higher just because of the ecosystem and what they're building, and the DAG protocol and things like that. So very, very bullish on KASPA. So keep an eye on that. Obviously, do your own research, not financial advice. We recommend everyone to do their due diligence on KASPA before investing. And if it resonates with you and it's something that you're wanting to take a chance at, get in at a low entry point per NFT rather than what James said, purchasing your own unit. Because I personally would not purchase my own KS3, but I would purchase a handful of NFTs just to be there, for the high risk, high reward concept.
Yep, absolutely. And one of the things I do for price prediction is I can kind of look at other projects that may have had a similar roadmap to what they're looking to do. So like Solana is maybe kind of similar to what KASPA is trying to do, so it may follow the same type of thing. And so then you can look at the market caps. What's the market cap of what Solana is at? And actually, this is even not super accurate because in a bull market, Solana was way higher than it is now. But if KASPA gets to the market cap of Solana, that'd be a 15x about. So, I mean, that's a one way to kind of predict. But again, we don't know. No one knows for sure.
Right. No one knows exactly.
So yeah, don't start doing calculations about your retirement based on KASPA 15xing. I would not recommend that.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see. We got more audience questions here. Let me bring some of these up. And Zara, whenever you need to go, you just
okay.
hop
I
on.
apologize. So my flight was canceled. I was actually supposed to be out of here Thursday night. So I've been stuck in Miami, which is always good.
Okay, yeah, no, I totally get it. I was stuck in Chicago for a day,
really?
so it's not quite as much fun.
I got to hear about your trip, though. It sounds like it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. We'll catch up about that. It was a fun trip. I'm just like, my body has no idea what time it is right now. Malaysia's 13 hours ahead, so I'm just my body's confused. Wow. Let's see. Let's go. Dieter says, "You're welcome. Love you all." So Dieter, thank you so much.
Love you, Dieter. The feeling is mutual.
These NFTs will only generate for the life of the miner. Is that correct? There won't be any fixing, or will that be voted on later?
So there won't be any Oh, go ahead, Zara, because you got to go soon.
Yeah, no. So the fixing aspect, we have great connections in the repair world of ASICs. So we actually have partnered with a site out in Washington State. So they'll be able to expedite our requests. So we can handle all of that. So if the miner requires boards to be flashed, we can take care of that. Obviously, there's a warranty with Bitmain, so all of our units are brand new ones. So they come with a 6-month warranty, and then after the warranty, we can handle that as well. Typically, it's not a big price. I've dealt with units that are outside of warranty that can cost anywhere from about $100 to $150 to get the hash boards repaired. For fans, we can replace that on site. So we handle a lot of the stuff ourselves.
Okay. Yeah, but again, that's an advantage to going through you guys instead of doing it yourself, because if one of my miners breaks, I'm just out of luck. Like I've got no skills. I'll probably break it more trying to fix it or anything. So no, love that. What's the price of the AntMinerZ NFT?
So it's $1,100 in ETH, and that gets you. So you're not investing in a company or anything. You're investing in a hash rate. So you're getting 156 gigahash of power with 64 watts at 8 cents, and that's flat. No fees are taken from that hash rate. This is what the holder gets at the end of the day.
Okay, so it's 0.59. So this is going to just vary to reach $1,100, correct?
Yeah, so we try to keep it up close to 1100. So right now 0.59. This morning we set it up. It's still around 1103 or 1104. So yeah, once if there is a big swing in ETH price, we'll update that.
Okay, and then I noticed no cross mint option on this one. Do you want to tell us about your cross mint experience and why not doing that for this one?
So yeah, so we reached out to CrossMint, but they said that they unfortunately changed a lot of their regulations and their terms of. So last year it was very easy to integrate, but this year they haven't been able to get us on.
Okay, all right, that's too bad. That was really cool, but you're selling out fine without them. So
Right, and we're working with other credit card processors. We're applying, so we're still in that process in case for the next batches, if there are any.
Okay, so I used With Paper. Was the one that I ended up using for my NFTs, but it makes the DApp development a lot harder. I noticed integrating with one of the credit card and one of their wallets that they use and things like that. So,
yep.
Sox fan says I have one AntMinerZ NFT and two Ace Miners NFTs. So awesome, Sox fan.
Yeah, thanks for your support.
I don't think this bear market is going to get worse. Bitcoin halving is coming. Just my thoughts. Yeah, I think. I'm with you. You know, BlackRock. We got good news coming from the different ETFs that are being released.
Right.
That should bring a lot of exposure to crypto. So, and the halving coming, it seems like the perfect storm for crypto to really take off.
Yeah,
exactly. Especially when you add in the XRP lawsuit, the Ripple.
Oh
lawsuit.
my goodness,
that was a big win.
Yep.
Positive news for crypto. Yeah.
What's ROI on current NFT price given today's prices?
So yeah, like I said earlier, it's not an ROI. You're purchasing the hash rate. You can go to minerstat.com, input those numbers, and you'll get the daily profitability for today. That the numbers change on a daily basis depending on the coin value and the difficulty. But that's a good website to go to, and then you can get your approximate mining rewards that you're gonna get.
Okay, very good. Anyone buying KASPA in the U.S.? Where do you buy it?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll let you guys answer that.
Sure.
Oh, there are a couple places. Yeah, go ahead, James.
Well,
Maybe it's
I was
different.
going to say what I do. I go to CoinMarketCap and I just look where there's liquidity. And like KuCoin, you can't use in the U.S. anymore. Gate.io can't do it in the U.S. BitGet, I don't think you can. MEXC, you can. So that's probably what I would use. But I don't know if you guys have a different answer.
Yeah, we've used Trade Ogre. I don't know if you heard of it in the past.
I have not.
Yeah, it's a small. I mean, don't leave your money there for too long. Buy KASPA and get it out. But yeah, I've tried it. It works perfectly fine.
Yeah, I actually used KuCoin before they kicked us out, and so I was very lucky. So I got my KASPA out of there and just holding it. But yeah, KuCoin if you're outside of the U.S., of course. In the U.S., and what about Uphold, AJ? You mentioned.
I don't think KASPA is listed on there.
Okay.
So MEXC is probably your best option, maybe. I've used MEXC quite a bit. It's okay. It's not my favorite. I'm really bummed that KuCoin is making it more and more difficult for U.S. people because I loved KuCoin. KuCoin was for years. KuCoin has been my go-to. So, but you know, with the lawsuits and everything, I understand people wanting to just get out of the U.S. It's easier rather than working with the U.S. It's easier to get out, which is unfortunate. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sox fan currently 841 KASPA a day or 25,000 KASPA per month, 2934 a day or 880 per month at today's prices and difficulty. So thank you, Sox fan.
That. Yeah, thank you for those calculations. That's helpful to a lot of people.
Yep. And again, that's based on today's calculations. Like you mentioned, once it's released, we're not going to see these numbers forever. The $2,000 a day that these miners are creating. We're not going to see that for too long. So,
yeah, there was another company, Ice River, that manufactures KASPA miners as well. They released their KS0. It's 100 gigahash per second, so less than our NFTs, and consumes the same exact power consumption, 64 watts. And those
Mhm.
are selling on eBay for about $1,800.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
that was this comparison
Yes.
here
Yeah.
Right.
that you sent over. So yeah, these NFTs would be a much better investment than these would, but not financial advice. But in my
Yeah,
opinion,
it's completely passive as well, so you don't actually have to set up your own miner. You don't have to worry about the heat, noise, things like that. I mean, for a KS0, you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. But if you're wanting to invest in a KS2 by Ice River, obviously the price per entry is really high. So this is kind of like a hassle-free mining. You just hold on to your digital asset and grant those get access to those rewards.
And also, you can't really compare manufacturer like Bitmain and Ice River. Ice River is really new. We don't know what kind of issues they're going to have with their hash board. So I'd rather spend my money on something made by Bitmain. I think, like
yeah.
Zara said, you learned the hard way,
Oh
James,
yeah,
by
I
investing in
learned
gold
I'm
shell.
never doing a non-Bitmain miner ever again. It's not worth it. And just so you guys know that backstory, Gold Shell made the KD5 and the KD6. Gold Shell made all the Kadena miners
Yeah.
up to a point, and they were 40, 50K, 60K, and then Bitmain came out with their KA3, and it was like twice as much hashing power for the same power consumption.
It was actually 4 times.
4 times for the
Yep.
same power consumption. And Bitmain just saw the opportunity and they're like, you know what, Gold Shell, forget you. We're going to do it the Bitmain way. And then it made all my miners worthless. But maybe in the bull market, I'm still holding on to them. I still run them from time to time. I don't run them every day anymore. They're in my garage. I look at them and kind of think back to the lessons I've learned. But
Yeah, just hold on to it for maybe a year or two.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it can be an antique at some point, perhaps. Let's see. Dieter says I use MEXC as well. So a lot of people are saying they use MEXC for it. So yep, that's a good recommendation. Bing X is good too. I've never heard of that one even. So yeah, you just want to be careful. I like what AJ said. Don't keep your tokens there, especially these smaller exchanges. Sometimes it's fine to just hop on, buy it, and then get it out of there is an option. But yeah, totally agree. Hey team, where do you see this project in 5 years for a long-term investor?
I mean, so that the lifespan of a miner is around that 5 years if it's well maintained.
Mhm.
Like I said earlier, there's no compounding or boosting the hash rate. So we'll keep releasing, like Zara said, AntMinerZ coincides with the latest, latest next gen miners releases. So next time there's another KASPA miner or a different Litecoin miner, you can just use your own profit that you make from the AntMinerZ KASPA NFTs, and then you can reinvest them.
Mhm. Yeah, so it's definitely a long-term project.
Okay, very good. And that's what I like is long term. There's debate if MEXC works in the US. I think it does. I use it unless they've changed, kind of like KuCoin. But last I checked, MEXC is meant for US people. They're trying to stay compliant with everything. But again, with regulations moving the way they are, you just never know what exchanges are going to be left standing. So
Yep.
totally get that. Awesome. Well, that's all the questions we have from the audience. Zara, you probably need to get going here. So safe travels to you. Thank you so much for hopping on. Really appreciate it.
Likewise, thank you again, James, for having us on. Always a pleasure. And we need to catch up to hear more about Malaysia and how things went. So once again, pleasure being here. And thanks again for having us.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you so much. I don't know. Should we wrap up there? AJ, do you have anything more that you want to add? Or should we
Let
just...
me see if there are any questions on our Discord. No, I think Sarah took care of everything. Yep, I think I'm good.
Cool. I love short and sweet is sometimes better. So calls to action. Again, I love calls to action, but this minting is available. Do you guys think you'll do another batch after this, or are you kind of just waiting to see how it goes?
Yeah, we're waiting to see how it goes because we don't want to invest our own money. I mean, we could have dropped 10 KS3s, but then we've seen many projects failing after purchasing the miners and not being able to sell the NFTs out. So we thought this was the best way to introduce KASPA, one batch at a time, and then once the demand lessens, then we'll stop dropping batches.
Okay, so there's 22 left in this batch. Wait, 22.
There's 18.
Oh, 18, right. Okay. Sorry, I get the available versus
Yep.
sold mixed up. So
Yep.
there's 18 left in this batch. Again,
Yep.
they're at $1,100. Again, mine.antminersnft.io. If this batch sells out quickly, they may open up another batch. But if you want to be part of KASPA, which KASPA has been really taken off. It's been over the last few months, I would say, one of the surprise performers. It's in a little bit of a correction right now, but yeah, like you were saying, we just hit kind of an all-time high.
Yep.
Which it's sometimes not when you want to get into something, but I think the fact that we're doing this in a bear market it's interesting. It's an interesting token for sure.
Yeah, it's a great sign. You don't see many altcoins hitting all-time highs in the deep bear market. So this is a great sign for KASPA.
Yep, absolutely. And it was going up. There was one day a couple weeks ago where everything was way red and KASPA was way up. And it's like, what's going on with KASPA? So it does have a lot of hype around it right now, which is good. And this new miner, it'll be interesting to see what difficulty ends up doing once everybody has their miners running. And it's a little bit under the radar now for miners. So we'll see, who jumps on and things like that. So.
Yep, exactly.
Awesome. Well, hey, we'll wrap up there. Audience, you guys are amazing. So sorry about the time changes for those of you who were here at 2 and for those of you who are going to show up now at 3. Just appreciate you guys very much and just your flexibility with me and my lack of organization. You guys are amazing. AJ, Zara's gone, but AJ, thank you so much for just building. Thank you for not rug pulling so much. I really appreciate that. So many projects that are just been money grabs, and very cool to have you guys building something in the space. So keep up the good work. And as always, reach out if there's anything me and my community can do to help.
Will do. Thanks a lot, James, for having us again. And no worries about being late. No worries at all.
Okay.
So appreciate it. Appreciate the time.
Awesome. And everybody hop in the AntMinerZ Discord and go ahead and mint. So thank you guys so much and hope you all have a great rest of your day. Take care.